Hi and welcome to a Kirby Maths video all about the volume of cuboids. So the first thing we need to know when we are finding the volume of a cuboid is that we have to times all three dimensions together. So the width times the length times the height. So volume is equal to width times length times height. And because we're multiplying, it doesn't matter which order we do things in, and the units would be centimetres cubed, metres cubed, kilometres cubed, and so on. So let's do an example. If we have a cuboid that looks like this, 5 centimetres, 7 centimetres, and 12 centimetres, we would write down that the volume is equal to 5 times 7 times 12. We need to write this stage down because it shows we know what we're talking about. Do that calculation on our calculator. 5 times 7 times 12. That comes to 420 centimetres cubed. I'm going to do another example because the lengths of the cuboid might not always be in whole numbers, they might be decimals, but that is just the same. So if we have a cuboid, a tall thin one this time, and this is 5.6 metres, this is 1.2 metres, and this is 15.3 metres. Again, we write down the volume is equal to these three figures times by each other. If you're given extra lengths, like if you're told this is 15, the height is 15.3, and it's also 1.2 along here, you still only need to use 3 of those measurements. So you might not need to use all of the measurements that you're given on a diagram. So we write down 5.6 times 1.2 times 15.3, and then pop that into our calculator. 5.6 times 1.2 times 15.3 gives us 102.816, and in this case it was metres cubed. It was centimetres cubed in the first one, and this time it's metres cubed. Now there's another sort of problem that you might be asked to do if you are looking at problems to do with the volume of cuboids, and that is work out a missing dimension. So either you might be missing the width or the length or the height. You're given the volume and then you have to work backwards. So I'm going to do an example of that. If we have this cuboid and we say that this is 7 centimetres, this is 12 centimetres, and the height is x, and we are given that the volume is equal to 420 centimetres cubed. So we still use our formula. The volume is equal to all those 3 dimensions times together, and we write that down so we have it in front of us. So 420, the volume, is equal to 7 times 12 times the height, which is x. So 420 is equal to 7 times 12 is 84, 84x. And then just like when we're solving equations, we would divide both sides of the equation by the number in front of the x. So in this case, we divide by 84. You need to write down what you're doing here and then just do it on your calculator. So 420 divided by 84 would mean that x is equal to 5 centimetres, and the units this time are length. Same thing goes if we have the dimensions of the cuboid in decimal points. So if I did this one as an example, 1.6 metres, x metres, and 2.3 metres, and this time we are told that the volume is equal to 5.52 meters cubed. So exactly the same as the one above it. Volume is length times width times height. 5.52 is equal to 1.6 times x times 2.3. 5.52 is equal to, and we do 1.6 times 2.3 on our calculator, which is 3.68 x, and then we divide by the number in front of the x, and it doesn't matter that it's a decimal because we're going to do it on our calculator. So divide by 3.68, and when we do 5.52 divided by 3.68, we get the answer 1.5. So in this case, x was equal to 1.5 meters. Thanks for watching.